Hey yarn friends, welcome back to the Lopsided Crafter, where we turn loops into lovely things one peg at a time. Today we're diving into one of the most misunderstood topics in loom knitting: peg gauge versus stitch gauge. They sound similar, but trust me, they are not the same thing. And knowing the difference will save you from floppy hats, tight cows, and projects that just don't fit. So let's break it down nice and easy. First up, peg gauge. This is all about how far apart the pegs are spaced on your loom. The official term for this is center of peg to center of peg. Basically, the wider the spacing, the looser the fabric your loom will naturally create. The closer the pegs are together, the tighter and denser your knit can be. Here's a quick breakdown of common peg gauge sizes. Extra fine is less than 3/8 of an inch. This particular one is 1/4 of an inch. This is best for, now this is just a guideline because you can use any yarn, practically any yarn on any loom, but this is best for thin yarns and detailed fabric. Think socks. Next, we have a fine gauge loom. This is for light to medium weight yarns. A fine gauge loom is considered 3/8 of an inch. So it's 3/8 from the center of one peg to the center of the next. Then we have a small gauge loom. A small gauge loom is typically 7/16 of an inch from center to center. This is good for worsted weight and light, bulky yarns. The next one is a 1/2 inch. This one is typically good for bulky yarns, although I do also like to use my worsted weight yarn on this one. Again, like I said, these are just guidelines. You can use any yarn on any loom. Just remember, the stitches may or may not be tighter. Next is the 5/8 inch gauge loom. This is one that you typically find in your big box store, and these are good for bulky yarns, or you can hold 2 strands of worsted weight yarn together. And finally, we have 3/4 or larger, which I don't happen to have any of those, so I'm not able to actually show you. But those are good for jumbo yarns and extra drape. If you're doing, say, a shawl with a worsted weight yarn, it would be really, really open and drapey. So if the pattern says use a small gauge loom, they're talking about peg gauge, the loom itself, and how closely spaced the pegs are together. Now let's talk about stitch gauge, which is something you control. Stitch gauge is how many stitches and rows you get per inch when you knit a swatch. Yes, I know, the swatch. It depends on your yarn weight, the tension of your stitches, and the type of stitches you are using. E-wrap versus U-knit versus true knit, they all make a big difference. And yep, the peg gauge of your loom also plays a role. Let's say you're using a worsted weight yarn. On a fine gauge loom, you might get 5 stitches per inch. On a large gauge loom, that same yarn might only give you 2 or 3 stitches per inch because the pegs are further apart and the loops are bigger. So here's the tea. Peg gauge is about the loom. Stitch gauge is about your knitting. They're related, but they're not interchangeable. The loom gives you a framework, and your stitch gauge tells you how your yarn and tension behave on that framework. You can think of it like this. Peg gauge equals the hardware, where stitch gauge equals how the yarn behaves on that hardware. And just because your loom is labeled for worsted weight yarn doesn't mean that your finished stitches will automatically match the pattern you're following. You still need to check your stitch gauge. Let's say you're making a hat. The pattern says you need 4 stitches per inch, and it's written for a fine gauge loom with worsted weight yarn. You grab a regular gauge loom and the same yarn. Now your stitch gauge is 2.5 stitches per inch, much like this one. What that means is that the hat is going to be huge, like unintentionally slouchy, or worse, an accidental cowl. Same goes for dishcloths, socks, or even scarves. If your stitch gauge doesn't match the pattern, the finished size won't either. When a pattern calls for small gauge looms, it's telling you about the peg spacing. If it says get 4 stitches per inch, it's telling you to check your stitch gauge. Use worsted weight yarn. It's giving you a yarn weight that should work with that loom gauge, but it's still your job to swatch and double check. Okay, I know nobody wants to swatch. It feels like doing homework before the fun part, but hear me out. A little 4x4 square, such as this one, can save you hours of frogging later. Knit a 20x20 swatch. That's 20 stitches and 20 rows using the yarn and loom you plan to use. Use the same stitch pattern as the actual project. Measure how many stitches and rows you get in either 1 inch or 4. So I'm going to use this hat here as an example. In this hat, I am getting 1, 2.5. So that's 2.5 stitches per inch. Compare that to your pattern's gauge and adjust the yarn and loom if needed. It's not glamorous, but it does work. So now you know peg gauge equals the spacing of your loom's pegs, and stitch gauge equals how your yarn, stitch, and tension behaves on that loom. Understanding both seriously will level up your loom knitting, especially if you want your projects to fit and look like the pattern photo. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more beginner-friendly tips like this. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you would like a printable chart. Thanks for watching. Happy looming, and remember, yarn is forgiving, and so are we. Stay loopy, stay crafty, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.